Hey guys, we are going to talk about some measures of central tendency today. So we're going to calculate some of those measures, and then we are also going to examine the effects of outliers on our statistical data. So a measure of central tendency is a single value that describes a data set. Now, you've heard of these before. These are not new. One of them is the mean. Okay, this is what we usually think of as the average. This is the one where we have to add up all the values in the data set and find their sum, and then divide by how many there are. So let's say that I had the set 1, 2, and 3. I would just add 1 plus 2 plus 3, and then divide by 3 numbers that are in the set. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so the mean is 2. Okay, that's what we're talking about for mean. Now, the next one is the median. That is our middle number when our values are written in ascending order. So if I go back to my example of 1, 2, and 3, my median is 2 because it's in the middle. Here. Now, if I have an even number of values, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, I take my two middle numbers, add them together, and average them. So that would be 2 plus 3 divided by 2. So 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. And 2.5 would be the median. So sometimes our median isn't actually in our data set. It can be between values in our data set. So that's a little strange. I guess really same for the average, the mean. It could be a number between values in your data set. Okay, the last measure of central tendency is the mode. This is my favorite because it's the least amount of work. This is the number that's the most repeated. You can either have one mode, no mode, or many modes, depending on your data set. So let's say that we had the data set, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, the mode is 3 because that's the most repeated. Cool. All right, now, those are our measures of central tendency. The range is not a measure of central tendency. Oh, it says it right there. Okay, well, just in case you thought I was making it up. The range is the spread of the data. The range does not tell you anything about the middle of the data set or anything like that. It just tells you how far apart the data points are. So the way that we get the range is by taking the maximum and subtracting the minimum from it. So let's say that we had our data set that we were using above of 1, 2, and 3. Our max would be 3. Our minimum is 1. And 3 minus 1 is 2. That's our range. Now, we could get the same range by doing this data set, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, then it would be 10 minus 8, and our range is still 2. But 2 is not the average. Okay, so the range is independent of any central tendency that we might have. It just tells us how far apart the data is. Okay, so here we have to find the range of Sylvester's mini golf scores. So first we want to make sure that they're put in order, okay? And then we want to take the biggest one, the 35, and subtract away the 20. So this is just the max minus the min. The maximum being the biggest, the minimum being the smallest. So, whoa, 35 minus 20, I'm getting 15. I don't know why I used my calculator for that. I probably could have figured that out. This is our range. Okay, so next we want to know which is larger for his golf scores, the mode or the median. Now the mode, remember, is the most repeated. And the median is our middle value. Okay, so let's find the mode. Which one is most repeated? I see a mode of 23. I see 223. So the mode is 23. And then the middle value, again, make sure they're in order. It's not 20, it's not 35, it's not 22, it's not 26. You can knock off the ends like this to find the middle. It's not 23, it's not this 25, it's this 23. That's the very middle. So the median is 23. So which one is larger? Neither, they are the same. Okay. Which is larger, the mean or the median? Remember, the mean is the one where we have to add them all up and divide by how many there are. I used to think of that one being the meanest one that my teacher could make me do because it was the most work. So the mean would be 20 plus 22 plus 23 plus 23 plus 25 plus 26 plus 35 divided by how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I'm going to put that in my calculator. Okay, so 20 plus 22 plus 23 plus 23 plus, oops, I've got a 20 on there. Hold on, guys, I messed up. So 20 plus 22 plus 23 plus 23 plus 25 plus 26 plus 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oops, I don't want that last plus. Okay, the sum is 170, and then I divide that sum by 7. Now, I want to show you what kids are going to do on the calculator, and it's going to mess them up. You don't have to do this, just watch. So if I do 20 plus 22 plus 23 plus, oops, what did I do? Okay, hold on. I messed up. Okay, this is what I'm trying to show you. 20 plus 22 plus 23 plus 23 plus 25 plus 26 plus 35. Did I get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if I divide by 7 here, the only number I'm dividing by 7 is the 35. Do you see how I do not get the same thing as when I add them all up, get the sum, and then divide by 7? I get 24.857. If I try to add them all up and then divide by 7 like this without parentheses, I get 144, and this is wrong, okay? So you cannot do it that way. You have to use parentheses or hit enter after you're done adding and then divide by 7. Okay, consider yourselves warned. We're going to round to the nearest thousandth. So 24.857 is what we got. So the mean is 24.857. Okay, now we need the median. Well, we already found the median. The median was 23. So the mean is larger. Okay. Okay, now we are going to find the mean, median, and mode for his algebra scores. So for the mean, remember I'm adding them all up and dividing by how many there are. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this time. So I'm going to put those in my calculator. Now, if I want to do them all at once, I can put them in parentheses. So I can do open parentheses, 74 plus 79 plus 85 plus another 85 plus 88 plus 92, close parentheses, and then I can divide by 6 because it's telling me to do all of the adding before I divide by 6. So it's not just the 92 getting divided by 6. So I'm getting 83.833. Wait, what was that? 83.833. Okay, I got it. 83.833. Okay, the median. I have to make sure that they are in ascending order. So are they? Yes, they're going from smallest to greatest. Okay, so then I'm looking for the middle value. Now the middle value would be between 85 and 85. So because I have an even number of elements in my set. So I have to add the 85s together and divide by 2. So 85 plus 85 divided by 2. Now, hopefully you're not shocked that the average of 85 and 85 is 85, because it is. Okay, the most repeated is also 85. Nothing else repeats. Okay, that was pretty easy. The outlier is an extreme value or number that is very different from the other values in a data set. Outliers have a major impact on the mean. Okay, so we've all had this happen to us. Let's say that we're getting really good grades in school and then we bomb a test and our grade goes down a lot. That's because our averages in school are means. Okay, we don't do the mode or the median, we use a mean. So that's what gets impacted by the outlier of having a really bad test score. So let's look at what happens. Okay, we've got his algebra scores now, and we added this 42. Okay, that is the outlier. Okay, that's his bad test. Now we have to find the mean, median, and mode of his test scores and include that outlier. So finding the mean means that we have to add them all up and divide by how many there are. There are now 7 because we added another test. So let's do that on the calculator. So that was a 42 plus a 74 plus 79 plus 85 plus 85 plus 88 plus a 92. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So his new total is 545, and this time we are dividing by 7. So that changed his mean to 77.857. 77.857. Now let's find his median. Remember, his median is the middle number. So it's not 42, it's not 92, it's not 74, it's not 88, it's not 79, it's not this 85, it's this 85. Okay, what about his mode, which is the most repeated? Well, 85 is still the most repeated. So when we're looking at these together, whoops, the median, when we look from top to bottom, did not change. The mode did not change. The only thing that changed was his mean. So when we say that the outliers have a big impact on the mean, that's what we mean. When he had that one bad test, it destroyed his average. Okay, some of you are thinking right now how much easier life would be if your teachers used your mode or your median to make your grade instead of the mean, but they don't. Sorry. Okay, let's get rid of all that gunk. So we have to explain how the outlier affected his mean, median, and mode. So the low outlier decreased or made the mean decrease. Kind of a lot. Okay, the median, we had no change. For the mode, we also had no change. Okay, this was the only thing that changed. Now, Sylvester's teacher is nicer than yours. She is dropping his lowest test score. So what's going to happen to each of the following? What's going to happen to his mean if we drop his lowest test score? Well, it's going to go back up again. Mean will go back up to what it was before he bombed that test. The median, still no change. The mode, no change. So including the outlier makes the mean decrease. If we exclude the outlier, the low one, the mean will go back up. That's it. That's all, folks.